We move on then to the women's Keirin. We're in the second round. The riders just drawing their lots to decide where they start behind the Derny bike. 8 laps of the track, remember. We had a pretty big crash in the qualifying with Miriam Velter and Stephanie Morton. 2 riders hitting the deck, and Xuan Guo of China was disqualified for causing her opponent, Stephanie Morton, to crash, which subsequently meant that Miriam Velter hit her, and Morton and Velter will take no further part in this competition. Stephanie Morton moved away straight away. She got back up again. Miriam Velter got up, but then she asked to sit back down and get the stretcher to her. And we think she's just really pretty badly shaken, but she's just been taken for checks. Rebecca James, then the new world sprint champion. Let's just run you through the lineup. This is Montauban of France. So they've got to fight their way through to what will be the final. The top 3 riders will go through to the final of the Keirin, which will be later on today. Montauban of France, Casas of Spain, they're in the red, yellow and black. Rebecca James of Great Britain, the new world sprint champion. Gaviria of Colombia. Quite quick changes of shots, so stay with it. This is Guerra of Cuba. Sandra Guerra, bronze medalist in the World Championships in 2006, a world champion of the 500-meter time trial previously. Great field for this Keirin. So it's Carly McCulloch who goes to the wheel of the Derny bike. Team sprint bronze medalist in the Olympic Games, world champion of the team sprint in 2011. Her teammate Anna Mears, and her great performances in World Championships and Olympic Games. On the wheel is Montauban of France, silver medalist in previous junior championships, team sprint junior world champion. There is Casas, Elena Casas of Spain. So it is McCulloch, followed by Montauban, followed by Gaviria. Sorry, Gaviria in 4th place. Behind the wheel of the French rider is Lysandra Guerra, a pupil of the UCI Sprint School in Switzerland. Rebecca James sitting 5th wheel right now. McCulloch, Montauban, Lysandra Guerra, Gaviria, James, Casas. Those are the 6 riders. 3 will go through. Rebecca James of Great Britain has won 3 medals already in these championships. 2 bronze, 1 gold. Carly McCulloch looking here for a medal. Now the pace starting to wind up. The Derny will peel off soon, and then they will be sprinting for the line. So Montauban at the front. McCulloch is holding her up the track. Guerra is in there. James in the wheels. Remember, the top 3 riders will go through, so you just need to qualify. It is Montalban who goes to the front. Guerra likes the hustle and bustle of Keirin racing. McCulloch is there. 2 laps to go. Casas goes round the outside. Rebecca James is tucked in on the wheel. Lysandra Guerra is going the long way round. To the front now. She opens up the gap. Montalban is there. Rebecca James working hard. The final lap coming up as Guerra goes through. They hit the line there. And it is Guerra who qualifies. Rebecca James qualifies in 2nd place. And Gaviria of Colombia. They're the top 3 riders. But I must say, Lysandra Guerra looked very, very good indeed in qualifying for the women's Keirin. She's the rider in the red and blue. James rode through strongly. And Gaviria sneaks through to get 3rd place. The other 3 riders will go through to the ride-off, so that's McCulloch, Casas and Montalban. Lysandra Guerra led out from a long, long way out, didn't she? But she got it right. She's a powerful bike rider. Rebecca James puts herself in with a shout of doing pretty much the unthinkable, the possibility of 4 medals in 4 events, and I think I'm right in saying the only rider who's ever done that in women's racing before is the great Anna Mears. Confirmation then of the result. Lysandra Guerra takes that one ahead of Rebecca James and Juliana Gaviria in 3rd place. The draw then for the women's Keirin. 2nd round, heat number 2. That was Ekaterina Nedenko of Russia, alongside the new world 500-meter champion, Weizhi Li. Missing rider is Stephanie Morton, Jinji Gong of China, Sandy Claire of France, Christina Vogel there at the top. You'll notice if you watch Christina Vogel race a lot, she likes to have that deep fuchsia pink colour. She has a pink towel. She also has pink fingertips on her gloves. And if you look at her bike, it's got pink writing as well. She's even right now got strapping on her neck and shoulders, and that's pink to match everything else. Stephanie Morton doesn't start. She was the rider who was involved in that crash with Miriam Velter. 5 riders taken to the track. Top 3 go through to the final. Jinji Gong of China, silver medalist already in these World Championships, Olympic Games silver medalist. Sandy Claire, the silver medalist in the 500-meter time trial in 2011. This is Christina Vogel, silver medalist in the teams in the sprint, team sprint, and world champion on the track already. At the top then, Christina Vogel, alongside her, see all the pink on the gloves, Weizhi Li of Hong Kong, China, Sandy Claire, Nedenko of Russia, and Jinji Gong of China. Nedenko was the silver medalist of the Keirin last year. We've got very used to, haven't we, Victoria Pendleton and Anna Mears in the Keirin. They're not here. Xuan Guo is not in this Keirin 2nd round after causing the crash of Miriam Velter and Stephanie Morton, and I must admit, watching the way that Xuan Guo has ridden the sprint competitions over the last few days, It hasn't been a pleasurable experience in seeing her tactics. She's tried to intimidate all the riders. She had her head on the hip of YC Lee in the sprint. She caused the crash of Morton in the Keirin, and maybe that's because she's not on form, but let's hope that Xuan Guo goes away from these championships, thinks about how she rides and uses her talent rather than intimidation to try and rid herself of the opponents that she is racing against. 7 laps to go. Xinji Gong in red and yellow, followed by Nedenko, followed by Sandy Claire, followed by YC Lee, followed by Christina Vogel. Vogel desperately wants to win an individual title. Christina Vogel has said that before these championships herself and Miriam Velter were studying, so she's not been training maybe as hard as she could, mentally maybe a little bit tired, but it hasn't really shown in her performances. She's been on sparkling form. 5 laps to go. Xinji Gong on the wheel of the Derny. Nedenko still there. Sandy Claire, followed by YC Lee, followed by Christina Vogel. 5 laps to go. Three riders going through to the final to join Gaviria of Colombia, Guerra of Cuba, Rebecca James of Great Britain. Had a chat to Rebecca James earlier on today to reflect on her gold medal in the sprint. She said she can't really believe it. She said she says it and she thinks she's just saying it, but it's not actually happened. 3 laps to go. Said she didn't sleep very much last night. Got about 2 hours sleep, she reckons. Here we go now. Xinji Gong keeping the pace a little bit steady. That'll cause a few problems. They have to accelerate. That's going to play into the hands of the German Christina Vogel, who knows that. So she goes to the front. Now she's going to keep her eyes on everyone else. She accelerates as YC Lee goes round the outside. She'll want to race flat out. Vogel is now going to benefit from that. So it's YC Lee at the front, Vogel and Xinji Gong as they go for the finish line. Who's going to qualify? It looks like it will be Vogel first, YC Lee in second, Xinji Gong in third place. And Nedenko and Claire will go through to the ride-off for the minor places. YC Lee then race it to the line, but Vogel looked like she may have crossed the line first. Just ahead of YC Lee, Xinji Gong goes through. So the final will be Gaviria of Colombia, Guerra of Cuba, James of Great Britain, Gong of China, Vogel of Germany, Lee of Hong Kong, China. That's a great lineup for the final of the women's Keirin. Confirmation then of the result. Vogel takes it ahead of YC Lee, Xinji Gong in third place. Vogel just undoing the helmet and sorting her gloves out. So confirmation then that this is the 6 riders, the lineup of the final. Xinji Gong, Juliana Gaviria, Lissandra Guerra, Rebecca James, Christina Vogel and YC Lee.